The rate for a union electrician is currently about $39 an hour. In 2020, we were at about $29-30 an hour. So we have seen an enormous increase in the wages for the people doing the work, and that's because when you have work to do, you get bargaining power.
They were so desperate for people, they'd raise the amount of money they'd pay you per hour to get you there, and it was competitive. Companies were competing on how much they would pay their guys to get the amount of guys that they needed to finish these solar fields. Solar, it fed my family. Solar lined my pockets. It gave me work for years.
Take me through your thinking. What was your thinking when you decided to vote for Trump?
When I voted for Trump, my big thing was I agreed with his stance on immigration. I agreed with his idea of no tax on tips, no tax on overtime. I liked his stance on no new wars. And now we're seeing the exact opposite happen. The immigration thing and Palestine were two of the biggest things that turned people off to the Biden administration and to the potential Harris administration. At least in who I've spoken to on job sites.
What was your reaction when Trump was elected?
I was not surprised.
But were you happy? I mean, you voted for Trump.
Yeah, I was pretty happy. Happy's not the right word. I was indifferent. I was more, great. The better of two evils. Let's hope nothing goes bad. And then now it's going bad.
Since January, at least $14 billion of renewable energy projects have been canceled or put on hold across the U.S., including 3 big solar and battery developments in Maine.
The February union meeting of this year, of 2025, the business manager during his report said, guys, I can chart out full employment to mid-2027 right now. At the March union meeting, he said, we're going to be looking at 50% unemployment this summer. It went from, I can see full work, get your strength back so you can get back out on the job for the next thing, till 2027, to we will be at 50% unemployment this year. The uncertainty has devastated the construction industry in Maine. I think an important point in this is the tax credits aren't even gone yet.
Look, they don't regret voting for Trump, and they never will. The only thing that they will ever regret is that Trump hurt them the same way he's hurting everyone else.
This message is from MAGA and MAGA only. I hope you really, really enjoy your very expensive groceries. And especially, I really, really hope you enjoy your tripled health insurance costs. I hope you can't pay it. I hope finally empathy and humanity fucking penetrates your goddamn dome. And the sad thing is, it was an open book test. We fucking told you. But when all this happens, and then martial law gets declared and we become a dictatorship, you're gonna suffer just as much as us. But we have something you don't. Community. We're gonna help each other. I hope that your hate for brown people and immigrants means that you suffer.
Alright, so that's what's happening. MAGA thought they were getting the dream, voting for Trump, believing every promise. But now, reality hitting hard. Job lost, bills skyrocketing, healthcare disappearing, all the stuff they cheered for is finally coming back to bite them. And the craziest part, a lot of them still don't get it. Some think this isn't about them, that it's just politics as usual. But let's be real, right? This isn't politics anymore. This is FAFO in full effect. Today we are diving into the exact moment where MAGA supporters finally realizing they got played. No sugarcoating, no excuses, just the cold, hard truth about what happens when you back someone who doesn't care about you. From lost jobs to bad policies they cheered for, it's all coming to the surface. And some of the reactions are, well, let's just say brutal. right? So buckle up, let's see just how far this regret goes and why. Sometimes karma doesn't wait. If this kind of content is the way it should, hit that like button, subscribe if it's your first time to this channel, and share. Let's get into the video, the story.
Those people in red hats are going to feel really stupid when they finally realize Trump is not going to deliver on any of the things he campaigned upon. Grocery prices are going to go up, inflation is going to go up, unemployment is going up, the stock market is going down, and there's no giant boom in American domestic energy production. It's going to be so funny to watch them eat those red hats. Except that's not going to happen, folks. It's never going to happen. Because they never cared about any of those things. Voting for Trump was solely about getting revenge on the people that they hate. Now, there's going to be people who voted for Trump but aren't red hat fanatics that feel regret. But we're talking about the cult. The ones that have substituted an armband for a red hat. Voting for Trump is about restoring order and balance to the universe for them. An extra 25% for groceries or jobs being lost, those are small prices to pay. And that balance to the universe being restored, that means white, straight, Christian, male, dominated planet the way God intended. Just so long as Trump makes everyone who disagrees with that vision scream bloody murder, they will be happy, even if it means their own ruin. Even if they have to suffer, that's an acceptable price to pay. Martial law? Hey, yeah, if it's necessary. Suspend the Constitution, concentration camps for left-wing enemies, that's going to make America great again. Mass starvation in inner cities, that's just taking out the trash. Collapse of global markets and everyone having to trade hand-pounded gold coins with Trump's face on them at farmers markets, winning. And I can say this with absolute certainty, no matter how much they deny it. And I know that they are lying. I know this because I lived amongst them for most of my life. I was one of them. In short, all of the worst things that red hats have been accused of but are in denial of, it's all true. They would love to see a land that is once again dominated and owned by white males, and they do all of the voting. Transgender men and women sent to mental institutions and locked up and forgotten. Mandatory sterilization of mentally disabled peoples. Abortion treated like murder in the criminal courts. All Muslims deported. I think you get the picture. We're talking red hat paradise. If you think this sounds like 1940 Germany, just trading Jews for Muslims, well, yeah, that's about right. There's no practical difference. A red hat and an armband, it's the same damn thing.
More and more people are saying they'll never forgive those who voted the Orange Menace into office, and I agree. Some are saying that those who regret their vote should be welcomed back in with open arms. No. And here's why, because they're not going to learn their lesson unless they learn it the hard way. They were warned about what would happen. They were warned about what would affect them personally. The only reason they regret their vote is because they're just sitting there yelling, "You're hurting the wrong people." They didn't think they would be affected, even though we warned them. So let them learn the hard way. You cannot educate them. They're not going to learn. You don't have to engage with them, though. You don't have to go after them. You don't have to invest your time and energy into trying to educate them. Because again, they're going to learn everything the hard way. Things have to get so very bad for them personally that they will never make that mistake again. And that's the only way they're going to learn.
All right, listen to that. This is exactly what FAFO looks like. They cheer for the policies, they vote for the guy promising them everything. And now they are shocked when it actually has them. And here's the kicker. They didn't just ignore warnings. They laughed at them. Some people are trying to welcome these regretful MAGA folks back. But honestly, why? They had all the signs, all the red flags, and they still went for it. They had the cheat sheet and still failed the test. This isn't sympathy, it's natural consequences. FAFO doesn't discriminate. The truth is, some lessons only stick when they hit hard. And right now, MAGA is learning it the hard way. Losing jobs, struggling with groceries, healthcare disappearing. This isn't a drill. This is the reality of backing someone who literally doesn't care about you. So yeah, let's stop pretending this is just politics. This is straight up FAFO. And for everyone watching, maybe pay attention because the next few clips are going to show just how deep this regret goes. Let's continue.
This is a message to the MAGA veterans and military who are watching their health care be destroyed and workers be fired and billions of dollars going from quality of life measures for troops to the border. This is a message for the MAGA poor who are watching their Medicare and their Medicaid and Social Security getting ready to get chopped. This is a message for all those people who thought things were going to get better. He doesn't fucking care about you. They don't care about you. The Republican Party doesn't care about you. They needed you for your votes. Some still do. The guy at the top, he doesn't need you anymore. He only needed you to stay out of jail and make billions of dollars from becoming president again. And all the Republican representatives and senators, they just needed you to vote for him so that they could help get that giant tax cut for the oligarchs who fund them. They have never, ever cared about you. There's a part of you deep down that may be starting to realize this, and I hope you do, because your life will get better. All of these people, if you're living in red states and all of the indicators of quality of life continue to fall, wages don't rise, education continues to fail, and you're led by Republican leadership, the GOP, and it has never gotten better, only worse, while the rich inside your state get more and more corrupt and wealthy. This might be your time to do something about it. I'm just saying, maybe it was all a lie. Maybe they never cared about you and they never will. Just think about that.
You're seeing record numbers of MAGA regret right now, and that's fantastic for two reasons. Number one, you love to see them wallowing in their misery and realizing how hard they fucked themselves when everyone warned them not to. And secondly, because it is a good thing overall that some of them are waking up, because it takes them having Donald Trump's dick in their ass before they realize, oh, I'm fucking myself. You know, some of these people I've been an advocate for before, because there are those people that exist where it's like, you're a dumbass, but I don't really want anything horrible to happen to you, because some of us are just so knuckle-dragging dumb, lacking in common sense that they need caretakers. They do. Because, some of them you're like, I recognize that you're not going to accept my opinion as I try to kindly nudge you in the right direction. It's going to take a show of strength because that's all that communicates with you. You're going to have to hear the same opinion come from the mouth of someone who you remotely respect and give a shit about, and you've shown me, and I understand that I'm not that, so you're going to have to live through this. And in this instance, what it took is massive economic hardship that they find it hard to blame on anyone else, and the threat of war. Now, here's the thing. Some of them are coming correct, but I'm seeing a lot of them that are coming out with this sort of attitude. They're presenting in this way that tells me that they're like, you should really value my opinion as a liberal or a leftist or anything left of center. You should really value my opinion because I was in the cult and I made it out. And isn't it impressive that such a genius as I managed to weasel my way out of such a strong grip? And so I've actually been on the inside. I've seen it. So I now have to carry back like a shaman all of my unique knowledge to share with you. And you should really respect that. Go fuck yourself. Get fucked. It should have taken you one 365-day rotation around the sun before you started crying for his impeachment back in 2017. He showed you time and time again back then that he didn't give a shit about you. It was written all over him, everything that came out of his mouth. You took it as a fucking joke. It was never a goddamn joke. What you've proven is that anyone can say anything to you, and as long as they change the tone of their voice in the right fucking way, you'll buy it. Don't look to the fucking left now and start quoting the dark magic to the lion that was there when it was written. Talk to conservatives. Go spread the message to the conservatives. I mean, what you should be doing right now is covering your fucking head in sackcloth and ashes and walking around with a depressed-looking demeanor and begging for forgiveness to everyone around you and to whatever god you worship. And don't act like I'm shaming you. You should already be ashamed of your own volition, and if you're not coming that way, you're not coming correct. I think I speak for a lot of the left because a lot of the left shares a general worldview where I think this is a pattern for a lot of us, where we've tried to warn idiots time and time again about what other idiots have planned for them, and they've ignored it until they've had to see for their fucking selves. Short story is, don't come pleading your case to us. We don't want to fucking hear it. Go and tell your buddies who also voted for him and struggle like we did.
Boom, that's it right there. MAGA prayed themselves. Everyone warned them. Everyone tried to explain. But nope, they went full steam ahead, and now look at them. Shocked, jobless, angry, yep, FAFO in full effect. And here's the reality check. Trump didn't care then. He doesn't care now, and he's sure as hell isn't going to fix it. All the promises, all the hype, it was smoke and mirrors. And now they're learning the most expensive, most humiliating lesson possible. The funny part, some of them are still trying to justify it, still trying to blame politics, still trying to say it's everyone else's fault. But the truth is, staring them in the face, they backed a con man, and now they're paying the price. So after this, we are going to break down the hardest hits, the most ridiculous reactions, and why sometimes the red hats aren't just a fashion choice. They're warning rebel. FAFO is real, and today they're feeling it firsthand. Alright, that's the full story. MAGA thought they were getting the dream. Trump promises, red hats, all the hype, but now they're seeing the reality. Lost jobs, skyrocketing prices, disappearing healthcare, and the kicker, they brought it on themselves. FAFO in action. Some of them are crying, some are angry, some are still in denial, but all at the end of the day, the lesson is clear. You can't cheer for policies that hurt others and expect a free pass. It hits you too. Karma doesn't negotiate, and neither does reality. And let's be honest, this isn't even political commentary. This is a straight up common sense. If you ignore warnings, back someone who doesn't care about you, and then complain when it goes wrong, well, that's on you. Full stop. So for everyone watching, remember this: action have consequences, votes have consequences, and sometimes the consequences are as brutal as losing everything you thought Trump would protect you from. If this hits hard, smash that like button, subscribe for more reactions, and share this video so everyone sees what FAFO really looks like. Stay awake, stay smart, and remember, sometimes you really do get what you vote for. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you all, and I wish you peace and love. Be safe where you are. See you to the next video. Bye-bye.